Hello, in this video we're going to discuss a Harmonious Society Part 1. What we're going to discuss is firstly the contract, and then what happens afterwards, a super golden age. So a Harmonious Society makes the entire planet holy. It is accomplished by the entire civilization rejecting Satan. So this is done through a contract. So when this occurs, the offer will be made for people to sign a contract to reject Satan. When this occurs, where we have a angel vision video live, and we're talking directly to God, Mary, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Your guardian angel would be present, as well as lawyers from heaven. You don't need lawyers from earth when you sign the contract. And if a lawyer is brought in from earth, they're not allowed to charge anything for being there. Effectively, what it is, it's a contract. And when you sign it, it means that you reject Satan. When the entire population signs this contract, with the exception of Wiccans and witches, who would be busy underground at the time, this triggers the planet to become and be considered holy, which is a good thing. So then we have a super golden age would begin for humankind. What this leads to is a society where everyone knows what happens when you die. Not only that, but humankind would be blessed with a place where they could all go, just like in heaven. So the place is a planet, and you would go there. It is the same as God and Mary's Hall in heaven. It would be God and Mary's Hall for humankind. And what people do when they go there, it's on a Sunday afternoon. They go there and there's a feast, and there's manna and a goblet of wine and entertainment. So with the manna, it restores the cells to a new state. So that's what manna does. That's both the soul cells and the body cells. So people would start to look younger. You can live for billions and billions of years in the same body because of manna, but also with help of the Holy Spirit. So living for billions of years, when a person loses all their teeth, for example, then they would go and see God in the early days, and they would have their soul refilled with a new body, which takes 8 seconds and is painless. Nowadays, it's possible for people through the Holy Spirit to have their bodies modified if they wanted to. So if they wanted to become taller, or larger breasts, or larger penis, or things like that, or a different nose, different eye color, all possible. So you wind up with a society that is buff or slim and really, really good looking. The other thing is it's possible to be upgraded at some point to Archangel and Super Archangel. And there are many benefits being a Super Archangel. They're quite tall, as mentioned in a previous video. But the Super Archangel also has other features which are pretty cool. In heaven, people don't need to go to the toilet at all. What happens is the Holy Spirit does an angel vision scan, detects fecal matter and urine, and teleports it out into a sewer dimension. With a super archangel, they have an automated process where it does something similar, but it doesn't involve the Holy Spirit. That's one advantage that the super archangel has. On Earth, there'd be levels of technology increased. There'd be no more homelessness, and there's no crime or war at all. So what happens is, if a person commits a crime, they could wind up in purgatory. That's what would happen. No one would need to commit crime or want to commit crime. That's the other thing. So people would know about the afterlife, they know about heaven, and it's a happier state for a civilization. The mystery of the afterlife is what concerns people, and people fear death because of it. In a super golden age, no one dies unless there's some kind of accident, but there's technology now which prevents that as well. It's not a boring civilization. There's a lot of entertainment and sport. Food is free, drink is free, alcohol is free, and it's not a problem to have free food or drink. There's no homelessness because it's possible to upgrade homes and build homes for people who are homeless. There's also artificial intelligence as well. So how that's used in heaven is pretty awesome. You have a civilization where even a suitcase can be controlled by artificial intelligence. And instead of people having to pull their suitcase around with them, it follows them. But it doesn't follow them directly. It takes its own path through tunnels and into its own sort of train. For example, if you're going to an airport, it would be at the airport before you got there and go on the aircraft. And when you went to a motel or to your destination, it would follow you there. So in this sort of civilization, there's still currency, but a lot of things are free. So the things that people depend on and need are free. And that's the thing about the super golden age. The other thing is that space exploration can go further and further than one can imagine. At the moment, scientists could not ever imagine anyone ever going to another galaxy, let alone exploring this universe. A super golden age, there would be spaceships available that could be used for that purpose, for humankind. So how our spaceships get around is they have propulsion that they use with an atmosphere and in space, but then they go into high orbit, which is past where the moon is, and they go through a wormhole from there to their destination. For example, a spaceship traveling from Earth to heaven would take off from Earth, takes 2 days to get into high orbit, and then from there go through a wormhole into high orbit above a planet in heaven, and then from there descend to the planet, which takes 2 days. So it's a 4-day trip. So that's one example. When you're exploring planets in the galaxy and in other galaxies, you travel to the outside of the system and then explore and have a look at all the planets in the system. So it's another possibility and it is a good thing. So that's what a harmonious society is, and that's how we achieve a super golden age. Yes, there are sentient alien races out there, and they all speak English and are Christian. And it'd be good for humankind to meet them. And they've sent visitors to Earth. And someday we'll get to see them and talk to them. It would be like talking to an astronaut. They do not abduct people or do anything terrible to them. They are kind, polite Christian people who speak English. I am the Archangel Daniel, and I'm from heaven.